Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Pop. It's been so long since we've been here, but we are back. The Grayscale gang, Tim, Michelle, Stefano, and Andrew, we're finally back, and all of us are healthy and ready to play some Curse of Strahd. How's it going, everybody?
Let's do this thing.
We're all healthy
Lucas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
ish.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I
Healthy-ish.
know. Ish. Yes.
We're all
Recovering.
healthy-ish.
Recovering. Thank you for everybody who sent me well wishes as well as everybody else here. We were sick. Stefano was sick. I was sick. Andrew was sick. We all had something in the last month and a half. And it's been a while since we played. And we started off the new year. We were so excited because we were going to be going to weekly episodes. And then, we had Eldritch Castle in the way, which we had to just figure out. We had to dispose of those people. We had to figure that out. So we're like, you know what? Since we're going to weekly very soon, let's just let them have the floor early in January. We'll be back real soon. And then, like I said, something happened every week where we couldn't play. Things came up, and unfortunately, we ended up. It's February 11th. We haven't played in over a month. The Curse of Strahd was very real. But we're back and we're ready to play, and I'm so excited. And I had a really great question for all of you last week for an icebreaker, and it would have been so timely. It was about the Super Bowl. I didn't get to use it, but I'm going to rephrase it just a bit. So we had the Super Bowl last week. Congrats to any Eagles fans out there. Sound off in the chat if you're an Eagles fan. I'm not. I'm a Jets fan, so I'm miserable. But
I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Eagles.
And you are really mad because Saquon Barkley just stomped all over you, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. That hurts. Oof.
I actually boycotted
Yikes.
the Super Bowl. But anyway.
Anyway, my question to you all is, now that we've had this Super Bowl, what's your favorite thing about the Super Bowl? I mean, some people love the halftime show. Some people love the commercials, snacks, and food. What is it for you that really gets you going here? For me, I'll kick it off with, I just love the whole competition of it all. It culminates in this entire season. The Jets are never in it, so I never have a dog in the fight. I really don't ever feel any attachment to it. So I like to see the true spirit of competition. That's at least what I tell myself, or else I have to cry myself to sleep. What about the rest of you? What do you like about the Super Bowl? And I mentioned we're going to go to Andrew last, because Andrew, you're not American, so we're going to come to you later, because I feel like the Super Bowl's got to be different from someone who didn't have it when you were growing up.
Andrew's not American?
Well, he is
He might
now,
get deported.
I am American.
He might get deported.
He is an American
I
now,
am
but
American.
growing up, in football, it was something different. So
Yeah.
we'll come to Andrew last. What about you, Tim? What do you like about the Super Bowl?
Oh, I gotta go with the snacks. I'm as you can tell by everything about me, I'm a huge food guy, and I love the snacks. I love a good buffalo chicken dip. I love a good spinach artichoke dip. I love wings. I love celery sticks and blue cheese. I don't care. I like it all. I'm here for the food. Huge fan.
Excellent. Love it. And so you would you say that if you go to a Super Bowl party, are you watching the Super Bowl though, or is it something you care about, or are you really just there for the socialization of it all?
I'm definitely ready for the socialization of the food. Honestly, like I'm not a huge sports guy in general. I watch the Olympics like religiously, but like NFL, NBA, MLB, like I'm there for the snacks. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. Okay, interesting. The Olympics. Okay, I didn't know that. Didn't know you were an
Oh,
Olympic guy.
cute. I stream Olympics channel all year long. I don't care.
Okay, love it, love it. Michelle, what about you?
Um, yeah, I can't say that I'm too like emotionally invested in the NFL in general. So I don't generally watch the Super Bowl. But one thing I really do like about the Super Bowl slash adjacent to the Super Bowl is how like if you need to get anything done and you have to go outside the house for it and you want to avoid traffic, go during the Super Bowl. Like the roads are just empty. You go wherever you want. You drive across the
Wow.
country. Everyone's at home. So like the streets are yours.
Interesting.
So, yeah, not the Super Bowl per se, but something I like about the Super Bowl.
That checks out because I saw a graphic today. I think ESPN put it up. Like it was the most watched Super Bowl. 128 million people apparently watched it. I guess they estimate this somehow. 120 million people. So that's like a third of the country entirely, right? That's like
Yeah.
literally just doing nothing, sitting and
Yeah.
watching.
That's
Wild.
Interesting. What about you, Stefano? What's your favorite thing about the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna give a little bit of a strange answer. So
Go
it's
for it.
not necessarily the halftime show, but a couple of years ago, I teach a music appreciation class in the morning at school. And a couple of years ago, we started rewatching the halftime show and kind of analyzing it in class and like discussing what we liked about it, and then kind of discussing like what makes a good Super Bowl halftime show, what is important for that, and then rewatching some of the old Super Bowl halftime shows and talking about like what they did well over like the halftime show that we saw. So I think kind of doing the post analysis of the halftime show with my students, I think, is my favorite thing about the Super Bowl.
Aw.
Interesting.
Yeah. Especially because sometimes like Usher last year, I had to like teach them a lot about Usher, and this year I don't know a lot about Kendrick Lamar at all, so they were telling me a whole bunch of stuff. So it was cool. Sometimes they teach me.
Sometimes the students become the teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Kendrick Lamar. I know he has some sort of beef with Drake that I'm aware of. I think everybody now in America is aware of it. But you know, for me, I got to go back to 2008, the Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band halftime show. Best halftime show of all time, if you ask me.
So Chris really wants me to say U2 was the best halftime show, but
What?
I
Chris from Long Island?
Yeah.
Oh my
I hate
gosh,
to
yeah.
disappoint him,
Ooh.
and I'm not even a huge fan of this person, but
Ooh.
the spectacle of this halftime show was so amazing that I think it was the best, and I think it's Katy Perry in 2015.
With the Sharks?
Really?
Yep, with the Sharks,
with
and
the
then she
lion
got
thing
on the
she
shooting
rode.
star. She's
I
flying
forgot about
all
the
around.
sharks. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
And
That was-
and she had, I think, 4 outfit changes.
Yep.
And with the outfit changes, she got a new mic that matched her outfit.
Whoa.
It was really cool. And I appreciate, like, you know, as a theater person, I really appreciate that kind of work put into, you know, the stage and the visuals and the fireworks and all that stuff. It was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. And like 4 outfit changes in the span of like how many minutes? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, like 13.
Damn. Nice. Respect.
I can't get ready in 13 minutes in the morning, and I just get dressed once.
Yeah.
Unreal.
She even they redid her makeup for the finale.
Wow. How do they do that?
She's probably got a team of like 6 people on her.
While she's
Missy
singing?
Elliott did a song. It was actually
okay.
Katy Perry, Lenny Kravitz, and Missy Elliott.
Gotcha.
It's like a
okay.
NASCAR pit stop. But
Kind
All right, Andrew,
Yeah,
it comes to
exactly.
you now. What do you got? Do you watch Super Bowl?
So I have watched bits of it. I actually went to see not Giants, the Jets game last year.
So not the
Live.
Super Bowl. Got it.
But I have watched the Super Bowl on TV. Usually I tune in for the halftime show, which I appreciate. I did like the Katy Perry one a lot. I like the Coldplay one a lot. There was another one by a band whose name escapes me a couple of years ago, but I realized I knew all their songs and liked them, but didn't know what the band was because I'm old. So that's usually my favorite thing, is watching the halftime show and finding out that I actually like the band that I didn't know the name of.
And we may
But
never know.
Not this year. I didn't. I did watch the halftime show later. During the Super Bowl, I was watching Dogman in the cinema, like with just my family and no one else in the cinema, which was amusing.
Wow. Oh, you went to the movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
He went to the cinema.
no, but
jerk.
exactly. It's the best. Like
Absolute
everything is
power play.
empty.
It was just us.
Yes.
We could enjoy Dogman in our own private cinema.
What's Dogman?
Dogman is a new animated film aimed at children based on a children's comic book in which a police officer and his dog have a hideous accident. So they sew the dog's head onto the police officer's body, thus creating Dogman.
It feels like it shouldn't be for kids, right? It sounds like some kind of like crazy Frankenstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks hysterical. Honestly, I'm 29 with no kids, and I would watch it.
It is animated, so it doesn't look gruesome. I'm seeing like a little pictures and snippets of it here on Google. It's comical looking. I could see. Okay.
It's funny. It's funny. And Ricky Gervais plays an evil fish.
I have to see it.
God. I have to see it now. Pete Davidson's in this?
I
Isla
wanna see it
Fisher?
less.
Ricky Gervais? Oh
Right.
my goodness. All right,
What
everybody
What
go
the
get your tickets.
heck is this movie?
Next year, I'm going to the movies on Super Bowl Sunday.
Also, I want to shout out Nick Gray, who said Disney is empty during the Super Bowl. Nice.
Oh,
Good
what
to
a
know.
great
Yeah, that's
idea.
also a power
Yes.
play.
That's what I'm saying,
Imagine
man.
that.
All the best places.
That would be great.
Wow.
I bet it isn't
That's
empty
awesome.
though. Is it really? Have we verified that it's empty?
Nick Gray is legit. I trust everything that comes out of Nick Gray's mouth.
That's definitely something to think about. February's a good time to go to Disney.
Yeah, not too hot either, huh? All right, well, that's great. This is the stuff you get here at Tabletop Bop, the cutting edge
Yeah. Go see
tips.
Dogman.
Dogman, Disney in February, going out during the Super Bowl. This is it. Talking about cutting edge here, you are on literally the edge of life and death. Did you know that? Do you remember that?
Yeah, Wall of Flame.
Wall of Fire, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk a little about where we left off. We played, it was so long ago now, it feels like forever ago, but episode 4 was a doozy. You went to the orphanage, you broke in, you got to the shed, you found there was a child sacrifice maybe waiting to happen. You encountered Brodimir the groundskeeper, you beat him, you defeated him, and saved the child. The groundskeeper, you were deciding, I think there was a pretty big discussion about whether or not you should kill Brodimir or not. Maybe cooler heads prevailed, and you tied him up and left him in the secret storage room down below the shed in the backyard. You went to the orphanage, the actual house, the orphanage proper, and you encountered Yulia in her bed, but she was asleep. You were able to keep her asleep. She seems to be, at the very least, a nicer person, maybe unaware of what goes on here at the orphanage. And you were trying to maybe just get the kids out. So you went upstairs to where the orphanage, the dorm rooms were, and there was Madame Vermeer. She was there. She had the kids, one of the kids at knife point. She was ready to do anything to escape at this point, try to negotiate for her life. You were able to free the kid from her grasp, and you finally started combat with her. You realize that she has some powers, some dark magic of her own. She started to cast spells, and she cast Wall of Fire right at the very end of the last episode. And I said, first time in really the longest time that I can remember, we had a mid-combat pause. I was like, but we'll be back in 1 week, so it's okay to end on a big cliffhanger like that. You ready to start? Go into combat?
I'm ready.
Ready.
All right. Here we go. Let's get the music queued up. All right. And let's switch us over to our Roll20 screen. And we got to go into grayscale.
Ooh.
We do that here, right? We do.
It's a big
We
part
are
of
the
what we do.
we are the grayscale gang. The Nick
True.
Grayscale gang.
Hey.
That's right, Nick Grayscale. Look at that.
Possibly
Beautiful.
even the Luke Grayscale gang.
Ah, is Luke in the chat?
Well, he's not.
Ah, okay. He might be. Luke, if you're in the chat, let us know. All right, now we'll switch us over to the right map, and let's get started. I have drawn the Wall of Fire. So
The
right now,
Wall of Fire.
everyone who is in the wall, which is going to be the people in front of her, that would be Canas, Irina,
Oh.
Dione, and Camilla. The 4 of you, and Laurent, actually, because you're within 10 feet of the wall. The 5 of you have to give me saves. Rufus, you're the only one who doesn't.
Thank God.
But I think, Rufus, you have an aura, right, that gives everybody your charisma bonus to the saves,
+2,
right?
yeah. Everyone gets
So
+2.
anybody that's within 10 of Irina, that does not include Canas
Alright.
or Laurent.
Yeah.
Canas or Laurent, you don't get the +2, but you can roll, and I will let you know
It's
if you
10 feet,
beat the
yeah.
save.
What is it? A deck save?
It is Dex, yes. Rufus, you don't have to make it at all.
It's a 22 for Laurent.
20 for Dione.
Of course.
Oh no, Canas.
Okay, so it looks like Canas, you're the only PC to fail. It looks like Dione passed with a 20, Laurent passed with a 22, and Canas with a 10, I guess, total from Rufus's ability.
Yeah, I'm not even in his aura. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, duh. I just said that, yeah. Let's go with
I haven't rolled
Irina?
higher than a 5 since last session.
Yeah, you had some bad rolls last session. Irina passes with Rufus's bonus.
Right.
And Camilla, let's see what she gets on her dex. Camilla gets a 20, so she passes as well. Literally just Canas. You fail the Wall of Fire test. Wall of Fire does 5d8 damage
Oh no.
for 26 damage. Irina
I'm
goes
down.
down to 5. Canas, you go unconscious. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Do the rest of us take half damage from that or no damage?
Yeah, you take half damage. Yep. hmm
Oh,
So it'd be 13 for you all.
I actually would have been okay. I took half
If you had-
damage.
If you had taken half?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Actually, I was lying. Irina goes down to 15. But-
Bob, Nick says he can't hear the music if any is playing.
Good call here. Yeah,
Ah, there it is.
Nice.
there it is.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, thank you, Wayne. All right, perfect. Sometimes you just got to hit a button, you know? All right,
Can
and
I use
then-
my reaction?
Yes, you can use your reaction. What do you want to do with it?
I want to cast a Hellish Rebuke on her
Ooh.
Okay.
at 3rd level.
Okay,
So
does it require you to be hit by an attack or something like that? Or does it just say whenever you take damage?
I just double checked that. You point you point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded.
Perfect. That's
so
totally
it's
fine.
a reaction to damage a creature within 60 feet that you can see, which she is.
Ooh. She may not be after the Wall of Fire goes up.
Oh, can I no longer see her?
Let me see if it has anything about visibility here.
I defer to you.
It is opaque and lasts for the duration. You cannot see her.
Okay, well, ignore
Yeah.
that wall of fire, that Hellish Rebuke then.
Yeah, save your reaction. Yep.
Thank you.
Save the
I
spell.
appreciate that.
Okay, so that's the end of her turn. She cast this spell, and she even said to you, I believe, as she cast it, that you're going to burn, and that this whole place seems like it might be going down at this point. Things are lighting on fire. The desks, which are in this little educational room, dare I say, a classroom, and then the floorboards, everything here starts to light up. And let's go back into the initiative here. I do have the initiative from way back when. But it is right here. So it goes with, let's see, Irina was first, Canas was second, Vermeer went, so Rufus is right after her, Laurent, Dione, Camilla. So we'll go to
Yes.
Rufus, you're up next.
Oh, excellent.
Mhm.
So I'm still right next to her.
You are right next to her, but she's warning you. You can see her. She's like, back away.
I see. Foul woman. I hit her with the longsword.
Okay, hit her with the longsword. Good.
21.
Ooh, that connects.
Let's get rid of this lady. I'll just do a 1st level smite as well.
Okay,
So,
extra 2d8, yep.
Let's roll the damage from the basic longsword first. Okay, here we go. So that is 12 damage.
Excellent.
Oh well, the one hand was much more than the two hand.
Yeah, you
And then
rolled
the
pretty
two-
high with the 1.
Right, and the 2d8. Another 8 damage. So it's
Solid, so-
20 damage.
Yeah, solid 20 damage. That's awesome.
Is she
all
still
right.
around?
She's still around. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna hit her again.
Okay.
Dang, this old lady is a tank.
17.
That connects as well.
And I'm gonna do smite on that as well. So that's another 12 damage. and another smite.
Wow, really getting rid of all the smites here.
Oh, may as well use the spell. Yeah. 14. Ooh, 14 more. Total of 26.
Ooh.
I'm
Wow,
just
that'll
attacking
kill her.
into
That'll kill her.
Oh, thank
Jeez.
God.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
Rufus, that was how much damage in one turn? 20 plus 22?
44.
44. That kills her.
two spell slots, but still.
Damn. Yeah, well, that was good because she drops the wall of fire, so that's gone. And
Right.
the room is still caught. Like anything that was touched in that area, I'll actually bring the line back. That area is still within, everything within it is catching. So the desks, pieces of the floorboard, it's going to be required to be put out and put out quickly, or else it's going to spread.
The spell is gone right now, so we can
Spell
move
is
through it.
gone, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to move now.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. I'm going to move next to and engage this chef guy.
Okay, the chef, yeah, who is still there? The chef is still there. All right, but he's probably pretty terrified of you now. Let's go to Laurent.
I'm going to run up to Canas here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast a healing spell on him. I will cast, where'd it go? We'll get him all the way back up. I'll cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds because I have that spell slot now.
Okay. Camilla is also down. She did save, but the 13 was enough to bring her down. She had been hit before. I assume, Dione, you're a paragon of health, right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. 28 out of 37, so.
Okay. And
I'm
Irina,
chilling.
as we stated, has 15.
So Canas comes back up at 28 health.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was a really good roll.
Wow. Okay, then.
And then I will use my bonus action to cast Tales from the Beyond to draw a card from my deck that I can't use this turn, but I'll have it. So give me 1 second, I'll see what it is. But I'm all set with my turn.
Sweet. That's awesome. 34 to you, Canas. That's amazing. What's your total hit points, Canas? Max.
35.
Wow, you almost brought you right back to full.
I know, it's nuts.
That's great. Okay, then we go to Dione.
Okay. I don't have like healing spells. Do I have the capacity to just stabilize Camilla? Or
You do.
I guess.
You could make a medicine check. It would be DC 10, and if you do that, you'd stabilize her. She won't wake up, but she would stop the dying process.
Okay. Actually, no, I may be more helpful as just like a damage dealer. Okay, so let me see. All right, I will come on over and join Rufus in the fight against the chef. I'll hop up on this table, and I'll swing wildly, a whirling dervish at the chef's face. This is a rare opportunity where I can reach someone's face. So, so let's see what do I got. Oh, I'm so excited about being on the table that I just swing wildly and just I'm slicing and dicing the air. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
with
doing.
all the desks catching on fire, maybe you were cautious to avoid the flames. You slip, like you said, at some point, and you swing wildly. But you are there. You engage the chef, and the chef is looking at the dead body of Madame Vermeer and realizing that he is kind of out of this. So he's going to take his turn, and he's going to disengage and run. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the top of the stairs here. All right, and then we go to...
Opportunity attack?
He disengaged, so he's not taking an
Oh.
action, and he can't dash.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, of course, Camilla is going to make a death save. I'll roll that one. I'll roll it to me. All right, that's the death save for Camilla. We go to... who's up next? It would be top of the order, Irina. Irina will try to do some first aid and heal Camilla in some manner. And that's going to be success. She stabilizes her. She calls up to Rufus. Camilla's okay. Make sure he doesn't get away. And pointing towards the chef who's heading down the steps. We go to Canas. You're awakened.
Huzzah! I am going to cast. Oh wait, is this guy dead? The butcher's dead.
The butcher
No,
is
he
not
ran
dead.
off.
The butcher is here.
Oh, I can't
did he-
see him.
He's
Oh.
at the steps. He's farther enough away, or to dark vision probably.
All right, my dark vision is actually 120 feet.
Well, fine then. How's
Well,
this?
That's
Is
nice.
that better?
I'll still move up a little bit and just to get a clear path. And I will cast Eldritch Blast twice.
Okay.
First one's an 11.
In 11. Let me see. You actually might hit him.
You know what? The second one's a 10. This is fun. This is a fun game. I'm so glad we're back.
Canas, that nearly hit me.
You might hit him. I'm just going to let you know right now. You do not. You were so close.
All right.
You were so close. Oh, no. You do hit him. The 11
Hooray.
hits. The 10,
The
the 10
11
does not.
hits.
The 11 hits. The 10 does not.
I've done something.
Yep. The 10 does not.
All right. For 8 force damage.
Okay. All right. There he goes. 8. And then we have, after Canas, we've got...
Oh, I'm gonna use a bonus action. I know Camilla's stabilized, but still at 0, right?
Correct.
So I will use a bonus action to do use one of my healing lights, and
Oh.
Camilla will get a d6 of hit points.
Cool.
3.
Perfect. She comes back to life. She looks up around. She sees Fromaire's body on the floor, and she looks angry that she has missed the opportunity to deal her revenge. But at the same time, a bit of relief washes over her face as she knows that maybe perhaps now the nightmare of the orphanage is over. Her turn passed, unfortunately, so she won't get to act. It'll be Rufus's turn.
Okay, so the chef. What's he doing? Running away?
He's attempting to run away, but he had to disengage last turn, so he only got to the stairs.
Oh, okay, so I
Yeah.
catch up with him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hack at him with my longsword.
Okay, go for it.
I guess an 18 hits.
And that'll connect.
13 damage, the maximum. I'm on fire.
Wow.
And
Check
that
this
is
out,
going to
Canas,
kill
I say.
him. That is going to kill him, Rufus. So your second attack is not necessary here. But when
So I
he...
swing, and I connect with his neck, and his head pops clean off.
Oh, that's awesome. Actually, even
And a
better. So the
fountain of
head...
blood sprays and hits me. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ugh."
Oh, even
Ugh.
better.
And I think, perhaps and I feel a slight tinge of guilt, like maybe I should have dealt a non-lethal blow.
Oh, maybe. But this is even cooler because the head rolls off, thuds to the floor, and then starts to go down the staircase that spirals downward. And you see Yulia rushing up the stairs, holding her nightgown in her hand as she gets up there, and she's like, ah! And the head rolls down by her. And she's like, what's going on up here? What is this? I smelled fire. And she looks, and the desks are covered in the fire. The flames are roaring. They're starting to spread. Children now are awake, and the smoke and everything is filling the room. They start to flood out. There's dozens of kids screaming, crying, you notice, in the rooms, especially this room, which was opened. I think this door was open, right? Yeah, so this door is opened, and you can see the kids, young girls and boys, starting to fill out of these rooms and are terrified of the fire. We're out of combat here, so I'll let you discuss what you'd like to do. Yulia is here, and she looks like she's concerned for the safety of the children.
So prestidigitation can put out like a small campfire. Can I put out any significant amount of this fire with that, or is it,
A
like,
campfire is a pretty good
negligible?
amount, right? I mean, that's a pretty roaring area, but I would say it's going to be 1 5-foot square, so probably not enough. It's like, you're fighting an uphill battle,
Okay.
But in concert with other actions from the party, that would work as something to to slow it down or stop it eventually.
Okay.
Any other
Maybe
ideas?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I guess I could try and call out to the others, like, perhaps we can just clear a path so the children can escape. Quickly.
All right, so Dione's going to clear a path, starting to use prestidigitation, perhaps in front of the doors. There's a door to the east and a door to the west. If you want, you can start clearing a path like closer to this door. And then anybody else have any ideas for defeating the fire?
I go and I try and stamp some of it out with my feet.
Since this one doesn't automatically snuff out fire, give me an athletics check to see if you can do it quickly enough.
Finally, athletics check. Oh, it's only 13.
That seems acceptable. It's a pretty good amount. You're able to maybe take some of the pieces of the desk and start to stamp out what you can on the floor and smash something into it. Yeah.
Overturn the desks on burning places.
Yep.
To
What about
reduced oxygen?
Perfect. What about Canas or Laurent?
Is there a door back here? I can't tell.
Yes, that is a door. Yep.
Have we checked it? Do we know if there's kids back there?
There were kids back there. Yes, there's a whole dorm room of kids.
Oh gosh, we gotta get Heather. I'm gonna open the door, and then can I cast light on the door frame itself? Because we don't have exit signs, but we need to make sure this is an OSHA-approved fire escape.
There is a window here, and when you open the dorm room, you can actually see that there's another window just to the left. It's right here.
That's even better. I'm gonna cast a light on like literally the window frame itself. So even if it gets smoky in here, kids can find their way to this window, and I'll start chucking them out.
Now, Tim, did you have to cross the area of the fire here?
I did, so I should probably roll something for that.
Well,
Oh, no.
actually, I think Dione would have cleared a space, right? That's what you want to do with prestidigitation?
Yeah, like a path to the doorway.
Yeah, so we'll say it cuts like, somewhere here. And so that's the path you took, so it's safe to go through.
I'm like the kids and the outsiders running through that flaming church. It is okay.
There you go. The kids will listen to you for sure. They're scared, but they file out and climb down the latticed window here, the siding here. What about Canas?
Well, I was gonna see if this area connected to that room.
They do not.
Okay.
They're two separate rooms. There is a separate window in there, and that one does have access to the door without issue, where Rufus is. So Rufus's area can be easily accessed to the door, but this area, anything touching the kind of this line that would have been right here, is within danger, like a dangerous area.
How far? Sorry, I'm just gonna do a little bit of movement. First of all, I'm gonna usher Lena into this room. I'm gonna usher Lena into this room.
Usher.
Yeah.
Not Katy Perry?
Usher.
Okay.
I saw Usher, by the way, in New Orleans twice. He did a free concert for New Year's.
That's a long way to go for Usher.
Well, I was there for New Year's.
I didn't realize you were such a fan.
Impressive.
I'm a New Orleans fan.
My way.
Is that an Usher song?
Yeah,
Anyway,
you didn't know that?
So I want to check out how far down is this window?
Mm-hmm. It's second story, so I mean it would be like 2d6 of fall damage.
Oh, and the kids are jumping out the window?
No, they're crawling down the lattice that is on the siding.
Oh, okay. Is that safe?
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe when a bunch of kids start holding onto it, it might not be.
How many kids have already started climbing the lattice?
I don't know that any really had the opportunity yet. They're like lining up to climb. Maybe one has started to go down, and Tim is ushering, or
Okay.
Laurent is ushering them out.
I kind of want to just tell them to hold and just say, "Oh, let me go first. This way I can catch you just in case something bad happens."
Sure. You start to go out the window, but there's maybe one kid ahead of you. You can see this little boy. He's like trying to go down, and he slips. Give me a acrobatics or athletics check. See if you can grab him.
Okay. If I can't grab him, can I try to... Well, let me just do this first.
See what happens.
Oh, there it is. I saved the kid.
Yeah, this one kid is just about to fall. He's like Hans Gruber in Nakatomi Plaza. He's like, ah! And you snatch his hand right by the wrist. You've got him, this little like 5-year-old.
Don't worry. Let's climb down together. I've got you.
So you start to lower him down, climb down the lattice, and then you see Yune flying in the distance.
Canas, I'll help you.
And Yune, little wings fluttering, grabs the boy by the collar, and the last like 10 feet, she kind of like almost gives him like a feather fall ability. She kind of just like parachutes him down to the ground. And now some more kids are starting to file out, and you can be down there receiving them. Yeah. All right, everybody else, do you want to get out at this point?
Is there any possibility of me putting these flames out?
Yeah, possibly. If Dione, you, and Irina and Camilla work together, I would say within a few rounds you could probably put it out. Are you willing to stay here and do that?
Should we can put these out. Should we stay? I say as I upturn another table.
If it's possible to put them out, yeah, let's do it. Like, there's no reason to have it burn down to cinders.
Great. Yulia will help as well, but she'll be mostly directing the kids out of the other dorm outside. So eventually, you put it out. There's definitely some fire damage here. Especially the floor, a lot of the furniture has been charred. But with prestidigitation from Dione, the concerted effort by the 4 of you to stamp out the flames, or maybe even grab a bucket and start pouring some of the wash basin water onto it, you're able to diffuse the flames. The kids, though, get out into the yard, and it's making quite a commotion, obviously, with seeing dozens and dozens of kids outside. But after the fire is safe and put out, Yulia ushers them all back into the cafeteria just to give them a common place. It's at this point, though, that we'll end the combat and the action scene here and go to a new scene. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So now the kids are ushered in to the cafeteria. The rest of you come downstairs, and you're able to finally chat.
I just want to examine Madame Fremer's body, because what kind of demon is this?
She looks human. You can inspect her body. She, like I said, is a woman, maybe about 50 years old. She clearly has all the scars of the damage your longsword especially. The sears from the radiant damage seem to really do her in. She has a spell component pouch. She's got what looks like a sickly curved knife, maybe one that she uses for ritual sacrifices. On this day, though, did not get used.
Does she have any amulets or other things like that?
That's a good question. Let's see what she's got. No, she doesn't have much in regards of like symbols or something like that on her body. Like there's no amulet or insignia on her cloak. She's wearing just like her standard uniform that she would wear here at the orphanage. But she, like I said, that blade is probably the thing that would strike you. If you would like to take the blade, you can. You can also bring her body downstairs if you choose to do so.
I'll leave it and follow the party downstairs.
Okay. What about the blade?
I look at the blade. It looks like a thing of evil.
It does.
I just leave it for now and go downstairs.
Okay. I'm almost tempted to show you this.
Around.
I'm tempted to show you this artwork. It's just funny because the artwork on D&D Beyond for this entry is definitely not Madame Vermeer. You want to see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Oh, that's totally what she looks like. Come on.
She's got like a like a bikini on, basically, with a cloak and a staff. She definitely isn't wearing all that. But
why is Yune on her shoulder?
And that's not Yune.
What is that, a closet?
That's a quasit on her shoulder.
Yeah.
She does not have a quasit on her shoulder.
I
does she?
changed my mind. I go back, I pick up the blade. I'm worried about such a thing and the children around. So I'm trying to
Right.
toss it in a... I don't really have... I kind of secrete it so I'm not like directly carrying it.
Okay.
Kids and sharp objects. Can't trust them.
Yeah.
Right. Madame Vermeer is dead. Yulia closes the doors to the cafeteria where all the kids are. They're up at night now. They're all talking amongst each other, but she closes the doors and takes you into the front hall. That little study there. We're actually gonna get out of Roll20. We don't really need the map right now. But she basically takes you into a separate room, and she is beside herself. She doesn't know what to do. She says to you, I can't believe it. Right under my nose. What was going on?
I'm outside.
You can come back in at this point. Will wrangle the kids. The fire is put out. It might take like
Okay.
20 minutes, but yeah, you can come back inside.
There was nothing
She's-
good happening, but you have to make sure it doesn't happen again, because someone has to watch out for these kids.
I don't get it. What was the purpose? These children, they're so innocent.
Evil reaches off the innocent. She was sacrificing her children under the shed.
And of Ernst, is he dead as well?
He's in on it as well.
You mean
Yeah.
Brodimir?
Is he? Sorry, Brodimir. Jeez, yes. Ernst's brother.
We've captured him. He is restrained underneath the shed.
Before... Now, again, Brodimir is definitely guilty, but there was something that he said that I thought was important. He said that he was afraid of Madame Vermeer. Afraid to go against her wishes.
I'll admit, I was a bit afraid as well. She's a stern woman.
She was
Little
a wizard
did I
of great
know.
power.
Yes, little did I know of her power.
So, he is certainly guilty, but maybe not as evil as we think.
I would say if this were a few weeks ago, we report this to the burgomaster, Baron Velakovich, but, well, we can't do that anymore.
Well,
There's still a new burgomaster. We could report it to her.
I feel that the evil here is past. I feel, Julia, you can take over the orphanage. Julia.
I must, she says. Someone will need to take care of these children.
I feel Brodimir has learned his lesson. We can return him to his brother. And then it's time for us to make our exit from this place soon.
Yulia, there's another I have in mind that has a kind soul and may be able to help you. There are a lot of children in this orphanage. Do you know Angelica?
She shakes her head. She's like, I'm not quite sure. Maybe if I saw her face. But I don't know.
Well, I hope to introduce you before we venture off, because I think that the two of you could do a lot of good for these children. Finally.
I'll need to learn a bit more about what's going on here at the orphanage. I'll double check the books. I'll see if there's any other secrets that Madame has been hiding, but help would be good. An extra hand, lots of kids to feed. I can manage to cook, but without the chef, I don't know that I can be ready for breakfast tomorrow. Where is she? And you're certain she wants to help?
Based on the conversations that we've had, I believe that she would do anything for Vallaki to make it a better
Camilla.
place.
Camilla, perhaps, rather than come with us, you would like to stay and help Yulia.
And
Sir
Camilla,
Assistant, you could turn this into a good place.
Camilla's been super quiet this whole time, like sullen. She looks up at you, kind of lost in thought. Huh? Yeah, I can help out tomorrow morning.
I think you should stay.
Yulia says, I remember you and your sister. My, you've grown. You've changed so much in the years you've been out. And Camilla's like, yep, changed a lot.
Mila, what's wrong? Something seems strange.
I'll be fine, Canas. I'll help here tonight. Just make sure Anna's okay. I'll be back sometime tomorrow afternoon. Irina says, I could also stay if you need an extra hand around here. The mornings can be tough with children.
No, I think Camilla should stay here and live. I think this adventure is too dangerous for her. Camilla, you were hideously burned.
Imagine the good you could do here.
I believe Irina was suggesting that she could stay and help for the night.
No, I mean, yes, that sounds good, but in the long term, I think Camilla should stay here in Valaki.
What? I'm not staying here. I'm coming with you.
You would leave your sister.
Well, I'm not going to leave her in the hands of Madame Vermeer, but somewhere safe, yes. I'm coming with you all. We're going to end this curse.
Where would be safer for your sister than under your care? And all these other hellions.
So you don't want me to go? That's what you're saying. You don't want me to go. I'm a burden to you.
Not all vocations tread the path of violence.
She's like, whatever. And she storms off into the cafeteria with the rest of the kids.
I look to the party and says, if she comes with us, she's not going to last.
I agree.
I think you underestimate her.
Well, let her make the decision. I've sown the seed of suggestion.
And I believe that it was a good suggestion. Because she needs to think about what is best, not just for her, but for her and her sister.
I think we all need sleep, Irina says. I'll stay here with Yulia. We'll prepare for the morning. And hopefully Camilla will stick around to give a helping hand as well. The rest of you go back to the house. Regroup.
What should we do
and I'll
with
see
these
you
bodies?
tomorrow night. Say it again?
What should we do with these bodies?
Take them away from here before people start to snoop.
I know. Let's put them in the space under the shed, the secret space. Brodomir can contemplate that throughout the night, and then we can come and free him in the morning.
Are you letting Brodomir go, or are you leaving him there for the night?
We'll leave him there for the night, shall we?
What's our plan after that, though, with him?
I was going to let him go.
Just free and clear?
Free and clear.
I think so. I mean, his twin brother and Fiona Wachter are still going to be running this place.
He has a lot of his family, his brother, that people of influence here.
Not that the two of them are much better, but perhaps you will turn over a new leaf now that he is not under the iron hand of Madame Vermeer.
Exactly.
And
right.
Dione has to be at the Blue Water Inn tomorrow night. I can meet you back there.
That works. So we'll leave the bodies in the crawl space for the night. In the morning, we'll free Brodomir, and we'll meet at the Blue Water tomorrow evening.
Perfect, she says. She gives each of you a hug, and she says, make sure the kids are good. Micah. The rest of them. All
We
the
should
kids.
send the kids here. This is the perfect opportunity to ditch them.
Yeah, goodbye.
She goes through the long list of children. Actually, yeah, if you want, you could in the morning just send the kids here with Angelica. They could do an introduction. Irina can facilitate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. What an idea.
Okay.
Now we have our own orphanage. We can take as many children as we like.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
right.
fund it. We can literally fund it. I will donate a large portion of my income as a gambling degenerate to this orphanage.
That's good.
The House of Laurent.
I'm saving
All
the
right.
name for something else.
All right, perfect. So the night will end here. You head back to your house near the stockyard. You tell Angelica just a summary of what happened and that the mission that you kind of had for her was to go. Is that basically the gist? Do you want to add anything to this conversation or?
Not with Angelica.
Not really.
Okay.
Just again, I've already hinted many times. I was saying,
Mhm.
like, I think that you could run the orphanage. So I just
Yeah.
want her to, if she's interested, again, that's what I'd like her to do.
Yeah, I will say that probably the idea of running it was a bit much, but the fact that she can assist Yulia running it might be more amicable of a situation. So,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense. So in the morning, she'll take the kids and head over towards the orphanage, and you can all take a long rest. So go ahead.
Lovely.
Now, remember, our long rest rules are slightly different than the long rest rules on D&D Beyond, so just make sure you don't heal back all of your hit points. I don't know who is exactly damaged and whatnot, but your hit dice are used to heal for the long rest as well, and then at the end of the long rest, you gain back half your hit dice. So roll them. I'll give you a second to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to the people here. The one thing I didn't say at the onset was that Vecna Eve of Ruin had to be pushed back last week too, because I was sick last week. I had a sinus infection. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was so out of it. I think Andrew was texting me about getting something done on D&D Beyond, and I was barely awake when I was texting you, Andrew. I was like, I sent you a link. It totally didn't work.
Yeah, it
Remember
didn't work.
that? I was just like, just take this, Andrew. Take it.
Yeah, I felt guilty, but I thought we were going to play the next day. I wanted to make
I
sure.
know. No, it's no. And I wasn't mad at you or anything like that. I wanted you to have the ability to make a character in D&D Beyond. So anyway, tomorrow we're back with Vecna Eve of Ruin, Chapter 5. Not too many spoilers I want to give out, but let's just say Andrew and Stefano will be there tomorrow. Who they're playing, we have no idea. And who else is joining us in the chapter? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, but it's gonna be great. And maybe one day Michelle will be back. Reprise Bear,
Maybe one day.
maybe.
Perhaps.
And Tim, I don't know. You had one part in it already, right? I mean, that's enough. What do you think? Think you'll be back?
You're muted or for some
Oh,
reason.
I'm not even looking at Tim.
I'm
so-
muted. That's the problem. I muted myself. I was like, yeah, maybe one day. I mean, I'm a busy guy. It's tough to balance all things. I'll come back as Vecna in the final chapter. I am Vecna.
Okay.
Casual.
Love
That's a
to
big
hear
spoiler.
guesses in the chat as to who might be reprised, who
Yeah.
I might be playing, who might be Andrew playing.
Yeah. Let us know who you think's going to be in this one. Get your bingo cards out. Second thing.
All I can say is I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Same.
really am too. Yeah. I will say that we have quite a bit more to go with Vecna. It's not close to over. It is chapter 5. We know that there are going to be, at the very least, if you've been watching, there's at least going to be 8 chapters. So we're at chapter 5. At least there's going to be 8. No more spoilers than that, but let us know who you think they're going to be. We'll see. And if Tim is going to really be Vecna. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Did everybody... let's see. Oh yeah, Wayne says Ed Greenwood, who, if you don't know, the creator of the Forgotten Realms, like, D&D legend, Ed Greenwood. I didn't see this, Wayne, but apparently Ed Greenwood posted about Vecna's toenail as an artifact in D&D. Is this true, Wayne? I'm going to have to Google this. Apparently it's true.
That's I don't know what to do with that information.
If Ed Greenwood said it, then I mean, it's got to be true.
Yeah, I believe everything that's happening. I'm just not sure what to. I don't know if I, in good faith, can go out as an adventurer and try and collect Vecna Snowdale. You know?
Yeah, apparently there's a post about it. He's got something going on. I have to look at this more, but maybe it will make an appearance in Vecna Eve of Ruin. We'll see. All right, keep us up to date, Wayne. Keep us up to date. All right, so did everybody get a chance to roll some hit dice, heal themselves?
At the start of the new day after my long rest, I'm just going to roll a new D12 for my Bardic Tales, just so I have one on deck.
Cool.
Got it.
And what is this one?
At some point, with a action, I can bestow that on somebody. For what's the benefit of a 4? Immediately uses reaction to teleport 30 feet.
Oh, cool. That's going to be probably useful.
That's going to be helpful. Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Nice. All right. Anybody else have anything noteworthy after the long rest?
Yeah, I gave a speech about what good work we did at the orphanage and how we've turned a page and things are going good now. Everyone gets
Can you do it? Can you do it?
We need to hear it, Andrew. We need to hear
this speech.
the motivation.
We did good things at that orphanage. I think we've turned a page. Like now, we're going to be on the way up from now on.
Yeah.
I
On
agree.
the way up.
Saving
All
kids
the
is a
way.
nice change of pace for me. I agree.
All right.
And finally, we have a safe place to put all these children. We don't have to carry them around with us everywhere.
Yeah. I got to say, this leg of the adventure, these last couple of quests, it's been a win for you guys, right?
Right.
I guess so.
A change of... The wind has changed.
We have not had tragedy in a while, which, like, knock on wood,
Yeah.
has been great.
Well, speaking of tragedy, Dione. Dione. You wake up in the morning. You look out at the dark and gloomy sky that's before you. You sense it. I mean, you normally can. Tonight is the night of the full moon. And flashbacks of what happened about a month ago come back into your mind. You lost control. You killed those guards. You ran around in the city streets, terrorizing the people before the battle with Ezek. Coming. How do you want to spend your morning as everybody starts to rise and come downstairs into the sitting room?
Okay. Well, I feel the full moon. I feel that we are on the cusp of the full moon. My skin prickles. I'm filled with a sense of anticipatory dread. I find myself overcome with the urge to run. This has been my historic kind of way of dealing with this transformation period, to keep the people around me safe. So my mind goes towards fleeing and finding a place that's isolated and separated from everyone. So kind of before I even realize what's happening, I'm just like packing up my things feverishly, getting myself ready to go.
Ooh.
But then I remember that I'm supposed to meet someone. I'm supposed to meet Erwin. He claims to have information for me about controlling the lycanthropy. So I think I'm going to keep all of my possessions with me. Like I'm going to be ready to go at any point, like as if I have a go bag. Yes, and I think as we go through the day, I'll kind of be acting like aloof, kind of keeping a bit of a distance from everyone. I don't want to be in the middle of everyone. I don't want people to get too close to me because I feel like I'm gonna crawl out of my skin. Yeah. So I'll go along with everyone. I'll act normalish for now, but I do want to be ready to run at any point, if that makes sense.
I love this little kind of a view into the mindset of Dione. And your whole life, like you said, you've been kind of running from this, the sense of needing to be able to get out of there is you could really feel it.
Yes. Yes. Ready to run.
So you come downstairs. Yeah, exactly. So you come downstairs into the sitting room. You see everybody there, whether you're preparing food or breakfast or something like that, getting your things ready for the day. You all see Dione. She enters last. And you know this is an important day for her. How do you greet Dione? Oh, with silence. I like it.
Normally.
I like it.
I just kind of give a curt nod to everyone.
They give you the cold shoulder.
It's nice to wake up and not have a house full of orphans. We're being honest, This is. I feel like a teacher on vacation. It's like, there's coffee brewing. Laurent is making eggs for Dione.
Yeah.
This is great.
I greet Dione cheerfully. I mean, things are looking up. We've saved the orphanage. Things are going to be great from now on, and I've completely forgotten about the whole werewolf thing at this moment in time. Hi, Dione. Morning.
Yeah, just good morning, Dione. I probably don't even say good morning. I'm probably just like going about my day.
Waving to our neighbor.
I'm just sitting. I'm like sitting and brooding.
Oh, Canas.
Dione.
Come on now. You know it's a big day for Dione. We're all cheering you on, Dione. We'll be there.
What is a big day for Dione?
What are you saying?
I feel like every day is a big day for all of us.
I'll give a wry, thin-lipped smile to everyone. And then just kind of like look out a window, brooding.
Come
Be a
on.
big day.
It's the
A lot to
full
do today.
moon. It's the full moon. Don't you all know?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, at least somebody remembered.
How often do we really How often do we see the moon regularly? Are we able to keep track of it besides only internally knowing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The moon is clearly a feature of the night sky in Barovia. Of course, it could be overcast.
Yeah.
But you can see the moon. The moon does, the night sky does show. When it's daylight, it's always overcast. You never have seen the sun since you've been here.
But there's clear moon. Okay. There was cognitive distance there. Understood.
Not every night, maybe on a typical night you might see
well
the
enough
moon,
to keep track of the moon cycles to a degree.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Dione, you were going to speak to the innkeeper about. Did we know this? We knew this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Speak to the innkeeper about your problem.
My problem.
Like Hanford.
Ooh, the problem. I love how you reacted to that, Michelle.
Yes, my problem. My family's gift. But yes, I am supposed to be meeting Erwin. He has some information. Perhaps he can help me learn how to control this. You don't have to come with me if you don't want to.
Oh, I must plan to go there, as I want to know more about the Keepers of the Feather.
I also would like to go, because Arwen doesn't like me, and I think it's funny.
Well, that's a reason.
It's the only reason. And to support you, of course. But most to make Arwen uncomfortable.
Dione, as our as an important companion, I also think it important that we be clued in on some of the information that he gives us, if that's all right with you.
Of course, of course.
I think us being able to protect you and you being able to protect yourself is the number one goal of this meeting.
Yes, of course. If you can help me learn how to control it, then I am happy to use this gift to help protect you and those who are our allies.
So I for one want to be there first and foremost to support you.
Thank you, my friend.
I like how you added that.
that. Ah, yes.
I speak telepathically with Unai. Is that better?
I like how you added that because when Dione first came down, everybody was like just silent, and then it was like, I want to go there. I want to talk to them about the Keepers of the Feather. It's like definitely not her in your mind, but yeah, I like that, the little nice touch at the end. I think Canas cares about Dione.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? When should we leave?
Well, we're supposed to meet tonight. And then I believe we're meeting up with Yevgeny
In the
morning.
tomorrow morning,
Correct.
24 hours from now.
Yeah.
Basically, yep. Mm-hmm.
Would it not be wise to meet Owen earlier, before darkness is near?
I think that it needs to be done during darkness. If Dione is to somehow control her transformations, it should probably be done at the moment of the transformation.
He told you to come a
Sure.
few hours before nightfall. So if you want to do anything during the day, any sort of bookkeeping, purchases, things like that, they don't have everything here. But if you wanted to like do anything prior to that, you can. Otherwise, we can take it to the evening.
Can I?
Rufus, perhaps we should get lunch.
Yes, excellent. Let's get lunch in 10 minutes.
Maybe they have a delicacy of some sort of fish.
I would
I've
love
heard of
that. I would love fish.
They
Some
don't
kind
have
of-
knucklehead trout in Barovia. I'm sorry to break
what
it to
a
you.
shame.
Yeah.
Forget
What a
it. Not interested in lunch.
They have a lake near here.
They do. They do.
I could definitely do lunch. But
Okay.
I want to take a minute on my own quality to inspect that weapon I got from Madame Fromere.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, you take out the weapon. Everybody, you see that he swiped it. I'm not sure if it was a secret last night, but while everybody was trying to get the kids wrangled or the fires put out, Rufus took this from Madame Fromere's body. It is a curved, bladed dagger. It looks like it's ornate. It's got, like the pommel of it is gold and maybe has like a skull inlaid on it. It is a magical +1 dagger.
Do we sense like any weird vibes coming from it?
Unless you attune to it or want to cast Identify, you may not know.
Can I cast Detect Magic I can cast that as a ritual, right?
You can cast Detect Magic, yep. And let's see here. Yeah, you can cast Detect Magic on it, but it would just tell you simply if it is magical and the School of Magic. So it wouldn't give you the information of the thing unless you wanted to cast, Identify on it.
I weigh its heft. Does it
It's
give me
it's probably the same weight as a normal dagger. Yeah. I mean, however much I guess maybe it might be a little more dense because of the gold and the pommel, but typically the same weight wouldn't affect usage of it.
I'm thinking to myself, I only have one dagger here, poor quality. This is an evil weapon. Maybe it is my role to use this evil weapon for good. And I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Perhaps it would be powerful in the hands of Camilla.
You want to give her Madame Vermeer's dagger?
That feels like playing with
Damn.
fire.
I will keep it, and we will see if she decides to come with us or stay at the orphanage.
Okay. Yeah. Even touching it, Andrew, you don't tangibly like sense anything. You just get that like weird, like almost like your skin is crawling touching it. Like it feels wrong to touch it, but it's not something you can quantify. You can't be like, oh, this is an aura or something like that. No, it's just feels wrong in your hands.
Perhaps not for Camilla.
I will keep this until I can find a way to be rid of it.
Okay. So you wrap it up, put it away, put it in your bag or something, and
Yep.
Yep, great. Okay. So do you want to head over towards the Blue Water Inn? Maybe we can go to the evening and talk to Erwin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You leave. Good news. Camilla and Irina eventually leave the orphanage. They come back and tell you everything was a success. They caught you before you left, so you'll go together as a group. The two of them seem to think that Yulia and Angelica really hit it off. They seem to be in lockstep in terms of like what they need to do for the children, their needs. Though they are worried about something, and Irina will confide this to the group. She says, I am a little concerned. There is one thing they brought up here, is that Ernst, you decided to let him go, correct?
But we're gonna
Brodimir.
I keep saying Ernst, but it is Brodimir, of course.
let him go this morning. That's what we have to do, actually.
You want to let him go before you
It's
leave?
midday and we
Or-
forgot about Brodimir.
It's fine. We can say you let him go. That's fine.
Okay.
Irina comes back then at the end of the day, and she just says, "Well, the Yulia seems to be worried that Brodimir may do something to the kids. Clearly, he was one of the followers of Madame Vermeer, so she's just concerned for the safety of the children. But other than that, Angelica and Yulia seem to have everything under control."
When we let Brodimir go, did he stick around, or was he kind of like, I'm out of here, this place was freaky and I got bad memories?
Do we have to roleplay this conversation?
Nah, just for the sake of like, if he's like,
No,
I'm gonna
I'm-
stay at the orphanage, that like raises a whole host of other questions. If he's
I'm
like,
asking
No.
Bob.
yeah,
No, we don't have to roleplay this all. If you open the gate or something like that to let him out, he'll get up silently and you tell him, like, basically leave, right? I assume that's what your message is, like, don't come back here.
Well, and
Yeah,
also
BT.
just to be like, listen, you are no longer under the rule of Madame Vermeer. She's gone. You don't
Yeah,
have
he'll
to
just-
follow her orders anymore.
he kind of just
Turn from
goes
your
with it.
wickedness.
Yeah, he'll go with it because he doesn't want to be killed.
Of
So
course.
he's going to certainly just say whatever you say and move on, and he'll leave without a fight, without any professing of anything. He's just gonna go home. If that's how you want to play it. If you would like to say anything more to him, you're more than welcome to. We can role play that out if you want to. But if you're just saying, like, get out of here and leave these kids alone, it's enough said.
Hey,
Yeah.
teacher, leave those kids alone.
I want to try and inspire him to turn and you leave.
All right. So what do
I
you
would-
say? So let's bring it to the orphanage. So you're, after breakfast or whatever you do, you prepare yourself. You put the dagger away. You head over. You open up the gate in the basement of the shed room, and you let him out. What do you say, Rufus?
I say, Brodimir, we know you were only acting under the influence of Madame Vermeer. Now she is no longer with us. You must go back to your brother Ernst. Try and live a good life. You must turn away from this wickedness and try and bring some light to this place. What do you say?
Roll me a persuasion check. Call it out because I don't have roll 20 up.
Persuasion. Yeah, here we go. 7.
Boo.
He says, "As you wish. I'll be on my way."
And
I'll
as
look at him.
he's oh, sorry.
Sorry, you can. No, you can. I'll look
No, I
at
was
him
gonna
and-
make a comment about as he's leaving, so you first.
Oh. I'll just look at him and offer him my hand.
He'll take it and shake it. You pull him up out of the little hole in the ground that he was trapped in with the dead bodies.
And I'll say, and we'll be back to check on you in a short time.
Oh, you're going to check on him.
Mhm.
He nods, gives you like a frown and a scowl. He starts to walk away. Dione, you want to make your comment?
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna say anything to him. I just note his demeanor, how he's not really like overjoyed to hear that we've, overturned Madame
Mhm.
Vermeer.
Certainly.
So as he's leaving, I just want to like trail along behind him, and I just want to track as far as I can. Like, in what direction is he going? Where is he going in the town?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, you can give me a stealth check as you start to trail him and try to go unnoticed. You'll see Dione leave the cell there as you may talk to Angelica and Yulia, kind of get the and Irina, I guess, as well, get the gist of how the morning went, how the kids are, and Dione goes off on her own. 14, you say?
14. Yes.
14. Let's see what he can see. Okay, great. He seems to go unnoticed back to the streets. You kind of go alleyway by alleyway, taking cover, and you notice he's heading somewhere very familiar to you. He's heading back to the Wachter house. Eventually, he'll get to the door, and from a house maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 feet or so in the distance, from the road, you can see the door open, and it's his brother Ernst who answers it. The two bearded men embrace in a hug, and he welcomes Brodimir in. They close the door.
Awesome.
Lovely. Okay, then I'll go back to the group and just kind of report what I saw and just say, he is safely with his brother.
Is the Wachter house within 120 feet of the orphanage, or is it like
No,
quarter
it's
mile
far.
farther? Okay.
It's farther away. It's actually, I think it is like on that general side of town. I think I just want to remember where it is in the map here.
But yeah, if not now, then when we walk the Blue Water Inn later, I'm just going to make a point of walking within 120 feet of it.
Yeah, so it's not that far away. Wow, interesting. Let me go to the map and I can point it out for you. We're in Vallaki, right? Yeah, it's Vallaki.
I think we should actually rename this campaign Curse of Vallaki.
Curse of Vallaki.
Never
Curse
leave.
you.
Bob's wanted us out of this town for like 4 episodes ago.
Been months.
But we're invested. We're invested in this place, Bob.
I'm going to remake this
I
town
know.
in my own image.
I know.
If you know Tim's characters, he likes to make places in his own image.
Art imitates life.
Okay, so here is the orphanage. Let me draw this on the map for you all. Here's the orphanage. That's the orphanage. I'll type this up later so it's nice and neat like the other ones, but I'm going to put orphan right there. That building, I circled, is the orphanage. And the Wachter house is this building right here. I think it's this one. To the left of this tree, it's this one right here.
Okay.
Let's put a W for Wachter.
Oh, that's super close to the Blue Water Inn. Yeah, when we walk to the Blue Water Inn later, I just want to make a point of walking down the street nearby.
Yeah, that's the Wachter house. Wow. It's close. I didn't realize how close it was.
It's easy to Vactor.
It's
Ah.
nice. Inspiration. Just kidding.
God help
All right. So there we are. So, I just realized that these colors don't come really well on grayscale. I'm actually just going to really quick jump out of grayscale just so the viewers can see this map with color. I think it's a little hard to see, and I want to make sure that they see it really quick. So everybody here, we're out of
Wow.
grayscale right now.
I feel so different.
All right. So general sense of Valaki here. The Blue Water Inn is kind of like this center of town area. See that big inn? That's center of town. The orphanage is here with the wrought iron gate that surrounds the area, and there's the shed. You can even see the shed on the map. And then this is the house of the party near the stockyard. It's in blue with the token of the party next to it. This was the burgomaster's mansion down here to the south. I forget what this building was. What was this building here? Oh, that was the apothecary, Irina's fiance,
Oh.
Vasilis von Holtz's house. And then St. Andrew's Church, which is kind of like a ruin at this point, to the west near the Sunset Gate. And there's the Wachter house, that building right there. Okay, back to grayscale. Boom.
No, I didn't think we were in Kansas anymore.
All right, so we go to the Blue Water Inn now, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. So it's night's approaching. I mean, you kind of use the rest of the day to help out at the orphanage or, get so many loose ends covered up. But now it's time to head to Irwin's. Stefano, we about to say something?
Yeah, just a little character thing for my character. What's my
Please
character's
do.
name? Canas. While we were at the orphanage, I think Canas would have made a point to check up on Lena.
The
And
young orphan
see how
you
Lena
saved?
was doing. Not necessarily role play it out, but kind of just hang out with Lena, like have a conversation with Lena, and be like, "Oh, it's that was pretty scary, but you're tough. You made it through. Blah blah blah." And what are your interests? Like play with her for a bit and stuff like that.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, she would enjoy that. She's a young little girl. I think we said she was like 7 years old or younger, and she maybe has got some new toys. Angelica maybe brought some things that she had from, her family when she was younger. She brought a bunch of toys over, and the kids are, especially the younger kids, are enjoying the extra company. Maybe she brought some Blinsky toys, some bears that heads fall off and fake blood spurts out.
And if she's got friends there and stuff, just hang out with the kids.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That. Inspiration. Just kidding. Not that easy,
I know it's not that easy.
but maybe
I
soon.
gotta write something.
Oh yeah, you can write something in Discord and get something. Now we actually can play again, and you can write some things in Discord.
Yeah, now we can write something.
It'll
Yeah.
be great.
All right. So we go to the Blue Water Inn. You notice a sign on the door of the Blue Water Inn underneath the actual the heading is that it's closed. The Blue Water Inn is closed. However, when you approach and are close enough to even read the sign, the door opens and Irwin stands there before you. His dark hair slicked back. He's wearing what looks like some sort of I don't know, we wouldn't say it's definitely not noble's vestments, but it's, it would be like nicer attire than what you've seen him in. Like reds and so he's got like a vest and a buttoned up shirt. And he says to you all, "You're early. I like it. Come on in." You enter into the tap room and you can see everything here is cleaned, polished, put away for the night. There's no running of children around the floor. There's no patrons eating their wolf steak. Store is closed. He says, "Obviously, we've closed down for the evening. There are people here at the inn upstairs. We'll be headed to the basement. These your things? He points to Dione's bag that she's packed.
Yes. Is it okay? It's not a lot.
I didn't realize you would be going somewhere. Are you leaving soon after?
No, not necessarily. Just if there are any problems, I would like to leave, so I don't hurt anyone else.
He nods and he says, Danica. And his wife will come from the kitchen doors. She has food. All of you can eat. She brings out a big tray of various foods. And he says to her, take her things. She won't be needing them. Do you give your pack to Danica?
Yes, but I quietly like growl a little bit under my breath, like as I hand it over. Just like, okay.
Yeah, maybe even like
hand it
you.
over.
Yeah, maybe even like as she grabs it, you kind of like resist just a little bit. You hold on to it just a little tighter.
Yeah.
She
Just
pulls
like-
it away, though. Normally, every time you've met Danica, there's been some sort of a cold look, a snide remark, something like that. But she seems to really embrace the fact that you're here, Dione. She says, I'll keep good care of it. Don't worry. Nothing will be touched. And she then gives that same cold glare I said towards Laurent. Laurent. They still don't like you.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Come downstairs.
Literally the only reason I came.
It's funny.
Barovia's first troll.
Come with us downstairs. Erwin opens the basement door. I assume you all follow, right?
Sure. I'll
Okay.
lead the way.
Can we see where? Can I see where Danica walks away with Dione's stuff, just in case?
Yeah, she'll bring it into the kitchen area, the back room. It seems like there's also like I think this is the place. I don't think Laurent has been here before, but Canas and Rufus went into like their offices. They have like an
Got it.
office
Yeah,
room
yeah.
and a storage room, and that's all through the kitchen area. So she takes it through there. You can see she looks like she's maybe heading towards the office.
Good enough. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
She'll accompany as well. She'll head down into the basement with you all. Irina will come. Camilla will come as well. So the group is downstairs in this basement. The basement itself is it's a cellar, typical cellar. There's plenty of foodstuffs down here. But you do notice that there's a door, an iron door, in the southern wall. He takes you through that door. You can see there's a big key ring that he takes out, and one of the skeleton keys opens it, and it's pretty heavy, reinforced, and it opens. It slowly creaks as it shows you the contents inside. There before you is a wall. The wall has chains and manacles kind of attached, like you would see in like a dungeon or a prison. He says to you, it's really only for your protection. I'm not worried, but I would understand why you might want to do this to yourself. I'll give you the option.
Well, if you insist, I will chain myself up.
Have you not brought us here to learn? I thought I was going to learn how to control the transformation.
Again, it's for your comfort level, but I'm not worried. We used to use these many, many years ago before we found this. He takes out a small little, what looks like maybe like a sack, maybe like a dice bag even, that size. He takes it out, puts it on a small little wooden table that's also in the room, and it's a small little pendant. It's got a string attaches to it, goes around your neck, The medallion itself is that of like a moon. You can see it's made of some sort of like porous, almost like sponge like rock. You can see it's definitely porous. And he gives it to you. And he says, put this on.
I look at it, I handle it. What I know it's like just in my hand, but do I feel anything from it?
You grab it and you place it in your palm of your hand. You can see it. It's pretty lightweight. It looks like a delicate charm. The surface, like I said, is very porous, but when you hold it, it seems to have like a, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word for this, but it almost has like in like what's it when like something looks like it's pretty light but it's really dense. There's a word for that, right? When it's like almost like it looks like it's going to be light but it has a weight to it. It feels heavier than it looks. I'm not sure if there's a word for that, but it
has a heft.
A heft. Yeah, it has a heft. And he says this is a moonstone.
Okay. This is the key?
Not quite. He says, it's made of this stone, and this represents a lunar charm. If you can attune to this, you can use it to harness your power of lycanthropy, like we have. And he shows you that he's got one that he's wearing underneath his tunic there. He shows you one and puts it back. So does Danica. The charms were shown to me by my father. He learned from the druids beyond Yester Hill. Been crafted specifically for the Keepers of the Feather. It draws on the power of the moon rather than conflicts with it.
Wow. Okay. Please, will you teach me how to attune? Should I wear it? And I just like immediately put it on.
Perfect. Danica says, that is the trick. It is a difficult attunement. You will not be comfortable all night long. You will be resisting the beast from within. And everyone here, you can help. You can be a part of this. If you're truly friends with Dione, then perhaps words of wisdom, your guidance, can help her through it. Are you up for this task?
Of course.
Of course.
Also, just like as we go into this, Dione, like, I feel, as Dione, I feel very hopeful, but also, like, I am overcome with just, like, doubt and fear. Because countless times transformation has happened and Dione has hurt people. So Dione's going to go over to where, like, the manacles are, and she is going to at least, like, tie up her ankles or chain her ankles.
I'll go over and help her chain herself.
Thank you.
And I look a bit white.
Yeah. And as she's doing this also reminds Dione of times in her younger life. She spent many years alone in like a kind of disintegrating castle, a decrepit castle. And there were many, many moons where she tied herself up in the dungeons and waited alone for the moon cycle to pass. So this reminds her of those days, and she just quietly weeps to herself a little bit while doing the chains.
Rufus will notice that too as you start to close the manacles. You see the tears rolling from Dione's eyes.
I just pretend I don't see it.
Ooh. Rufus
By the time
sheepishly backs away.
By the time we're done, the tears are gone and Dione straightens up. Okay, I'm ready. Yes, Nick, tears running down her beard. Exactly.
Yes.
She straightens up. Okay, I'm ready.
So, you have the chain the charm, I should say, the lunar charm on your neck. You see it prominently. As the moon rises, and again, you're underground, so you don't see it, but you sense it. As the moon is rising, you can actually see the lunar charm start to pulse faintly with what looks like moonlight. It's strange. And you feel the first twinge of the lycanthropy seeping through. At this time, normally what you would do, this would be like if you were out and you were caught, like, pants down, and you couldn't figure out what to do in the meantime, you'd just run or rush away from where the moment you are. But, and if you were prepared, this would have been, you had been locked away in a dungeon at this point. So this is starting to probably make you a little bit tense, anxious. But the charm starts to pulse. And Erwin looks at all of you in the room and tells you all that the ritual is about to commence. You can see he's got like oils and incense that he's started to light. He's moving them, positioning them around the room. The smells kind of fill your nostrils. And he says to each of you, the goal here is to make sure we can help Dione control the beast from within. Each step of this ritual will require something from Dione. If at any point you feel like there's something you can do to help her, words of wisdom or a helping hand in some case, don't hesitate to rush in. Just know that you may put yourself at risk. If you don't believe that you can be here for Dione, you should leave now. He looks to Rufus.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. And so it starts. Go ahead, Canas.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said something. Never mind. Did anybody say something, or was I just hearing something?
I just have some sweat on my brow.
Laurent is nervously shuffling his cards, but not willing to leave.
Canas is trying to steel himself.
Ooh, steel.
Determined.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess if anything, Dione will say, if something is different, something goes wrong, if I am going to hurt you, please just leave. Just save yourself. Okay? It's okay. You can leave me.
Irina's like, you'll be okay, Dione. We're here for you. Isn't that right, everybody? And reiterates importance of being here for you.
I have faith in your ability to make this happen for you.
And at that moment, Dione, you feel the first twinge. I'm going to ask you a couple things, Michelle. You can take a moment to think about some of these, but at each step of the way, parts of your lycanthropy is kicking in, so you can describe like physically what might be happening to your body as you transform normally, right? Like you would transform slowly, maybe, like I said, enlarging of body parts, clothes ripping, things like that. You can decide how it would look. I'll kind of give you a premise for each stage of this, so be ready. For the rest of you, here's how it's going to work. We're doing a skill challenge here. So Dione has to succeed on a majority of these checks. The ritual goes through 5 stages to control her transformation and attune to the lunar stone. Each phase of the challenge will kind of build on the last one. There might be things that you can say, do, suggest. In other ways, I might even be able to give you some ideas. But any party member, one of you per phase, can do something to help her succeed. If you choose to assist, you'll be essentially giving her guidance. You will have to do something and succeed on your own check, though. I'll tell you what the DCs are. I'll make it as straightforward as possible. The key is I want to give you all the information for the check before we roll any dice, and whatever decisions are made, we just role play them out. The important thing here is that you'll know what the checks are and the DCs before we roll. That what you do, what you say, could maybe in a way reduce a check, give guidance of some sort, do the roll. But again, we're just going to set all the parameters for each phase as we go and then roll and role play it out. If you fail a majority of the checks, you will not attune to the stone. If you succeed on a majority of the checks, you will attune to the stone, and then I'll tell you what that does for you.
Sweet.
All right?
Okay.
And if you don't, I'll tell you what that means. But we'll wait till the end. All right, so it starts. You feel the beast stirring. And Erwin says this out loud. It stirs before the moonlight even touches you. Learn its rhythms, Dione. Know when it begins to rise so you can stand ready. What's happening to you as the transformation begins?
The little hairs on my arm and my legs, all my hairs are standing up. I feel it feels like goosebumps, but I know that soon, like usually what happens is my skin ripples, the fur starts to grow, and my bones start to snap and creak. So I'm like right on the cusp. Like I feel like cracking my knuckles, basically, and my skin is crawling.
Ooh, I want to crack my knuckles now. All right. So this is happening. You feel that sort of that sensation about to come over you. And here's what you need to do. You need to make a DC 12 insight check. If anybody would like to help in any way, you might be able to. But tell me how you might want to do something. Say something, do something. I can give you an idea, but I need you to give me something that you might have as a way that she can recognize this beast from within.
I can go first, I think.
Go for it.
So I'd like to pull out I'm shuffling my Soroka deck, and I want to look at Dione chained up there and be like, Dione, you're stronger than this. It's just like the cards. And I pull out the beast card, like the werewolf card, and be like, it's just like this. And then I'll flip it over with a quick sleight of hand. And the opposite side of your card is the innocent.
Ooh,
you're stronger
I like
than this
that.
curse. It can also be a gift.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, great. This sounds to me like a sort of persuasion check, something like a confidence building thing, right?
Yeah, sure.
Give me a yep, you have to give me a DC 12 persuasion check. If you succeed, Diane will gain guidance on this check.
That's a dirty 20.
Great. So Dione, you're going to roll a insight check, and you're going to roll a D4 in addition. Roll the check first, see if you make it, and we'll roll the D4 if you need to.
All right. I got a 17 on the insight check.
Nice. So you pass the check. This first phase, you can almost like swallow the feeling, that sensation of your bones popping and cracking out of your clothes or your skin, and sort of wrapping around the bones that have formed.
Yes, I shake it off.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift said, you shook it off.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nice.
The famous lycanthrope.
Yeah. So you identified these early signs of the transformation. It gives you a mental edge, and you're able to withstand for now.
Okay.
Good. Dione, the beast is not something you need to fear. He's like getting in your face now. He meets you, your eyes, your gaze. You can see sweat pouring down your nose and dripping to the floor. He says to you, you are no one's prey, not even Strahd himself. Trust your instincts. You're going to give me an animal handling check. The DC for this is also 12. You're trying to in a way, control the beast within. Use the power of the beast. If anybody else would like to assist here, you can do something. But how would that look?
That look. I guess like I have memories of being hunted as a young one, when I was alone, tying myself up in the castle. On the occasions where I was not able to successfully do that in time, then my werewolf form would just like run through the woods and hunt people and terrorize them. And so in return, people in neighboring towns, torches and pitchforks, they would come after me. And so I have memories of being the predator and being the prey.
Ooh.
And that strange dichotomy of just like running alone, hunting and being hunted.
I love it.
And so this makes my hackles rise and I growl. It makes me, it like the bloodlust rises in my throat and I
Oh,
want to
yes.
swipe. Yes, especially with Irwin being in my face, I want to like swipe at him. But
I dig it.
yes, but I'm trying to just like fight that and not, just like stay still, but I'm like trembling. I'm shaking with the urge to like tear his throat out.
Oh,
I love it.
I'll step forward at this point, even though I'm white and shaken. I'll say, Dione, yes. You are fated to succeed here. You are fated to help us fight Strahd by using the power of your evil curse against him. Evil against good. You must believe that you can do this. I know you can do this. And I'll kind of like hold her shoulder.
Ah, you're gonna hold her shoulder. Perfect.
Yeah.
Give me
I'm shaking.
Give me an athletics check to see if you can like either jolt her body, like kind of shake her out of the trance that she's trying to control herself in, and or maybe even in a way restrain her from swiping at Irwin.
The 23.
You passed the DC 12, so you're going to give her guidance. Dione, you can feel this like the wolf trying to take over, and Rufus jostles you. You almost get brought back to reality for a moment. You can add a D4 to your animal handling check here.
Amazing. Go Rufus. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's a 5.
Oof. Even the
So,
D4 is not going to be able to help you here. It's a 9 at most.
It was a
Ooh,
9. Okay.
It is a 9.
All right, so that one was a fail.
Yeah. And she, I guess the way this would look, Dione, maybe you shrug off Rufus even?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, because like I'm kind of singularly wanting to like rip out Irwin's throat. So I guess that urge overwhelms me and I swipe, hopefully not successfully.
Okay. You can hear him scream as you push Rufus off, and you didn't chain your hand, so that is free. So it swipes at him. Maybe even your sharpened fingernails at this point graze against his chest, and he cries out. He's like, "Stay with me, Dione. Stay with me." And you can see he moves on to the next challenge here, the next phase. He says, "The beast is not mindless rage. It's a part of you. Speak to it, Dione. Reason with it. Convince it that you are not its enemy, but its master." This attempt is going to be you trying to connect with the beast on a deeper, more empathetic level. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be giving me a persuasion check. Though, since you didn't do too well on the last check, the DC is a bit higher here. It is a DC 15. If anybody wants to assist, you can either, in a way, give some sort of inspiring words, or maybe in a way soothe her, or some other means. You let me know, and I'll let you know what the check would be.
I'll jump in this time.
Okay. First, Dione, tell me what this looks like.
Okay, so I guess like more flashbacks to Dione's past. She was born with this. She inherited it from her mother. So she's going to recall instances when she was very young, like a baby or a toddler in humanoid form. But as a wolf, her transformation would lead her to be, like a wolf pup, basically. Wolf cub? What's the terminology? Anyway.
Pup.
Thank you. Yes.
Pup.
Baby wolf. So then, like, in that time, she saw her mother's like tortured by this curse. And so, like, as the baby wolf, she'd be just like looking at mom, who, of course, full moon is also in wolf form. But the mom is just like destroying shit, like just absolutely tearing apart. That's why the castle ended up decrepit. Because during this time of her mother's life, she was a very tortured soul, and she would just go into a frenzy and just destroy everything in sight every time she would transform. And so Dione remembers looking at this, and her mother was like the only person the only other being around. So she watched her mother just in these fits of rage, destroying everything. If Dione crossed her path, she knew that she would be destroyed too. And so Dione remembers just like cowering in corners, hiding in the shadows, desperately just trying to survive and not be noticed. And just fear, paralyzing fear, just like overwhelms Dione. And so she feels like, you know how dogs, like when they're cornered and scared, like they'll snap, they'll attack out of fear. Yeah, so then Dione, like, she feels her body like backing into the corner while simultaneously baring her teeth.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. That's
Yes.
great.
Yeah. And so then at that point, like, if we're going inward and Dione's trying to talk to the pup, I guess she would try to talk to the inner pup, kind of like the way you try to soothe an angry dog, like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Like, we're safe. We're safe.
And maybe
And she's
because
gonna
of the sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, she's just gonna try to like talk to the inner baby pup in that
Yeah.
way.
And maybe because you failed the last check and you lashed out, maybe at this point you're saying these things out loud. They even hear like, it's okay, but you're closing your eyes. They hear it audibly. You don't even know that you're saying it out loud. You maybe lost a little bit of your awareness of the situation. Canas, what do you do?
I'll just say to her, Dione, if anyone understands controlling the beast within, it's me. When I lost my wife, I was uncontrollable. I thought I had nothing, no reason to live. And yet, I singularly just wanted to save her, and being here with all of you, especially you, Dione, I've learned that there are other important things. And I think that one of the most important things for you is to be able to control this, accept it. And I'm with you 100% of the way.
Nice. I love this. I think this is inspiring words. I would say give a performance check, DC 12. If you complete it, she'll get a D4 extra.
All right.
Ooh.
Almost landed on a 1.
Number? What'd you get?
17.
17. That's a success. Dione, you unfortunately, though, your DC is a little harder for this one. It's a persuasion check of DC 15, but you get the +4, D4.
All right. Please.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
All right. We have 2 fails, 1 success so far. We go into the 4th phase. This is make or break now. You need both of these. Okay? So Erwin senses that you're losing it here. And he says, all right, Dione, look at me. The beast will try to wrest control from you through force. You must meet its strength with your own. Refuse to yield. You're going to use your physical might to suppress the beast's struggle. I need an athletics check. Again, the DC still 15 because you did not succeed on the previous one. So DC 15, you have to beat the beast, take control of your body by force here. What will this look like? I think you're probably close to transforming at this point, right?
Yeah. So at this point, I would say probably like the, dogs are like so much more muscular inherently than humans or dwarves. So at this point, probably you'd get to the point where the muscles start to like roll and ripple under Dione's skin.
Ooh.
Yes. And so like kind of the body is starting to shift. But then it's interesting because it's like athletics. So it's like as the muscles turn into the more, maybe not canine, but like lupine.
Lupine.
As the muscles shift to their more lupine configuration, it's like Dione's trying to harness that same wolf strength in order to suppress the inner wolf nature. And then, at this point, trying to harness the strength that she's learned from this journey so far with these people. Like prior to this moment, she hasn't really had friends in her life, and all the strength has only ever come from within. But in this journey so far, she has witnessed such powerful like strength, not only physically but also like strength of spirit.
I love it.
Yes. So Rufus, wow, different campaign. I was about to say Lucius, that Canas. Yes, Rufus, Canas, Laurent. Like she's remembering like all the strength she has witnessed, and so she's trying to imagine like be like them, you know, be as strong, be as courageous as Rufus, and as beguiling as Laurent, and be as bold and noble as Canas. And, you know, like channel that strength, be like her strong friends, and tamp this down.
I love this. Yeah, let's do it. Who wants to help you? I think
I
this
want to
would
try
be...
something.
Go for it.
I hear Owen saying that she needs strength. And this time I hold both her shoulders. I look into her eyes and I say, Canas, you are strong. I feel great strength.
Thank you. I am strong. I am strong.
Dione, you're strong. I feel great strength within you, and power goes from me, and I cast Enhance ability to give her the strength of the bull.
Oh, okay.
And she can feel a change upon her.
So if I'm correct, this makes your strength a 19?
No, it gives you an advantage on strength test.
Okay, now we're talking here. Okay. You know what?
That's what we're looking for.
I will say that just works because it's the spell, right? I don't want to take that away from you. However, I'm going to need you to give me a athletics check to see if you can hold on to her while she, like, you have to cast spell on, it's a touch spell, correct?
Correct.
And she is just writhing at this point, so I'm going to have, give me an athletics check. If you can do a DC 12, you can physically touch her.
I get 12.
On the money, Rufus. So, Dione, we'll say you get advantage on the check, and instead of the D4, that's better, right? That's obviously better than a D4.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Go ahead. We'll give you the full advantage on the roll.
Ugh, Rufus. Okay. Oh, all right. Well.
Aced it.
Yeah. 2 passes. She's good.
With flying colors here. Jeez.
Thank you, Rufus.
Okay. 2-2. Who will win, Dione or the beast from within? Let's see. That's it, Erwin says.
IRL.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. This is where the body breaks, but you will not feel the pain and let it pass. You're more than this moment, Dione. Dione, you're enduring the physical pain of near transformation. You know this well. You've faced this well many times before, but you need to prevent the beast from taking over by letting the pain through. It will overtake you momentarily, but again, we're hoping that you can then finally put control over this. You're going to give me a Constitution saving throw. The DC is going to be 15. This one's a little harder no matter what, but it would have been 18 had you failed the last one. So it's a 15 Constitution saving throw. Before we make any checks here, what is your Constitution bonus here?
For a con saving throw is +1.
Oh my god.
Not great.
Would she get +2 for being within 10 feet of me as it's a saving throw?
Yes, she would. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
yes, she
okay.
would.
To +3 total?
Yeah.
All right, that's better.
Okay. If anyone would like to do something to help, you can do so. Again, she needs to endure pain here. So physical support, emotional support, trying to calm her down, stabilizing her, wounds, maybe something like that. A medicine check might be appropriate.
So I would I think I'd like to try and get in there and do some basic first aid, either like a cure wounds or like even like physical first aid, anything like that, to try and treat without getting slashed. Because I saw Rufus get pretty well blindsided by a claw, and I don't want to do that.
Give me a medicine check. Go for it.
Yeah. It's an 11.
In 11, it is a 12. The aiding check is a 12.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that does not help here. All right.
Would I be able to expend a couple of like healing lights just to help endure the pain.
That's not a touch spell, there's a distance, right? Or it's not a spell, it's an ability, correct?
Yeah,
What does it give you? A D6
it
hit
gives
points?
a D6. Yeah.
Interesting.
As a bonus action, you can heal one creature you can see within 60 feet of you.
Would that have any effect here? Let's say...
Now, my other idea was to kind of just join her. Like, you know, we were doing the touching of the shoulder. I want to go, like, right next to her and, like, try to endure the pain with her.
I don't think you can endure her pain, but you can...
Yeah.
I think the idea of a medicine check was to, like, you know, help deal with the pain of the wounds or some sort, or cover up some wounds. If you're healing her, that kind of satisfies it. Though I don't want to give straight up guidance because that was what the check was for. So in this case, let's just say... well, you know what? Let's do this. Give me... It's a D6, right? It heals a D6?
Yeah.
Let's do this. We'll count it as a... You know what? No, I don't think so. I don't think it would do much. It's not hit point damage it's really being affected here. It's more like the medicine check would be, in my mind, like, you know, stabilizing pressure or something like that, calming her breathing, or I don't know, in general like medical practice. But I don't know. I feel like we failed the check, so I shouldn't be giving just an extra bonus here. Though if something happens after this, maybe healing might be of importance. So we'll see. We'll save it for now. All right,
Dione,
Dione.
you have any inspiration?
Do I have inspiration? I have recorded inspiration. I don't remember when I got this inspiration, but like I have it written down that I have inspiration points.
I mean, many of you have
They
done
expire.
write-ups, so it's very possible.
I remember you and Canas having an exchange. You got
Yeah.
inspiration. I don't know if you used it.
Yeah,
or not.
I know I've used all of mine because I have
Yeah.
inspiration 0 written on my sheet.
I mean,
'Cause
certainly-
I used to have 2.
Oh,
Certainly, Michelle, if you have it written down, I'm sure it's there for a reason. So
okay.
it's up to you,
Yeah.
obviously. You have a +3 because of Rufus's aura. You need to make a DC 13. Sorry, 15, I said, right? Yeah.
15.
So you need to
Yes.
roll a 12. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Anyone
Okay.
a bard? Any bards nearby?
Yeah, I can help.
Does Bardic Inspiration help for a saving throw?
I've got guidance also.
No, guidance won't work. That was really more of the check. Would give guidance. But
Bardic Inspiration, D8, ability check, attack, or saving throw. Yeah,
oh,
it can be added after seeing the roll, but not before knowing the outcome. So
Oh,
okay. Well then,
okay.
okay. I will allow that. Yeah, because even the other thing would have been an action, not a bonus action. So okay. All right. So Dione, let's see what you get.
Okay. And just in
Roll.
terms of like the imagery of the situation, I don't have to like go into the whole story of it unless you want me to. But the TL Tim says yes.
do it. Do the whole story. Give me the whole kit and caboodle, as they say.
We're all here for you, Dione. We want to hear.
Thank you, Canas.
Let's
Oh
see.
my goodness, Laurent. Okay. All right. So then pain, the role of pain in Dione's life. Once again, more flashbacks to the past. This time, like the inner changes are really happening now. Like bones are snapping, muscles are rippling, like hairs are like coarsening, and like these physical sensations tie into like memories that she's had. The earliest memories of pain being like those, so the memories before of like hiding from her mother as the mom just like destroys the place. Now she's remembering the times when the hiding was not successful. She's remembering the times when she wasn't able to find a dark enough shadow or a deep enough corner, and her mom would come in her blind fury and attack her as well. And she would run away. She would try to get away. She would drag her bleeding body into the woods and just like curl up in a knot kind of in the roots of a tree and just try and sleep and hope that the night would pass and then everything would be okay in the morning. She remembers times when she was a little bit older and she had friends. Some of, these like kids make friends with each other, and she had friends, but then without kind of being aware of the power and the randomness of her transformation, one day, like, she would be playing with her friends, night would fall, the moon would rise, it's a full moon, she transforms into her wolven form. She ends up attacking those friends. She ends up grievously wounding, and in one instance even killing an innocent child in her blind lycanthropic form. And when she comes to, she doesn't realize what has happened until the town comes after her. The family of those friends, they say, "Demon, evil monster," and they come chasing after her. And she realizes that the only people who have shown care for her, the only people who trusted her and let her into their lives, she turned on them. She killed their children. She hurt their children. She betrayed them. And so this great suffering as she runs and she runs from this town, this village that she loved. Now getting older, isolating herself because she knows that if she lets anyone come close, she will inevitably hurt them. She will inevitably take something precious away from them. She can't accept that. So she isolates herself. She ties herself up in dungeons. She goes into deserted, isolated corners of woods just so that she won't hurt anyone. But the pain of the isolation is so much. It's such a burden to bear. And yet she feels that she must bear it because the alternative is inconceivable, unacceptable. Then she's a little older. She's an adult. She starts taking on jobs because now she has a little better sense of like when the change is going to come and how soon she needs to like run away so that she is successfully able to hide and not hurt anyone. She has a better grip on that. So as an adult, she takes jobs. But these jobs are just like heartless mercenary type things, like just a killer or just like, just killing for money, stealing things, sometimes doing interesting investigative work. But even while living this life, she remembers she remembers that when she was young, when she was very young, when things were still okay, she lived in a castle. She lived with a family who loved her, surrounded by people who cherished her presence. And so now, living this life of a lone mercenary, without any friends around, she feels the pain once again. So all through her life, pain has followed her in different forms, on different levels. But pain, deep pain, just like pervades every pore of her being, her essence. And so in this moment, what you see is just like her entire body is thrashing and writhing, and she's making that awful sound that dogs make, like when, like, imagine like you accidentally step on their paw or like their tail, and they cry as if like, how could you do this to me? And you just you feel like the worst person ever. That just like cry, scream, like that sound starts streaming out of her, just like uninterrupted. Yeah. So that's the visual I have in my mind right now.
Yeah, all these memories, like you said, the pain blood through to the front of your brain right now. And it's all you can think about. Outwardly, it probably looks like you said, you're that hurt dog, that dog that feels betrayed, the shrill sort of screams coming out. And let's make this check. Okay. I hope you make it. I'm rooting for you, but the dice will decide your fate, Dione.
Thank you.
You have 2 rerolls of some sort. You have the option to use inspiration, and you have bardic inspiration, which can only be used on one of the, rolls essentially. So we'll see what you get. Roll your Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's see. And sorry for the huge ramble. I kind of got away from myself.
I love it.
I think it was great. I would, if I were a DM, I'd give you a plus D20.
Yeah,
for the roll.
Some inspiration, definitely.
Thanks, hypothetical DM.
An automatic plus 10.
Wow.
Actually,
amazing.
Automatic plus 2 though because of Rufus. So
Nice.
whatever this
Oh,
roll
so-
is,
So
Plus
plus two again. DM's plus 2, and Rufus is plus 2.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
that's very generous.
Let's-
Okay, let's see.
let's see it.
Oh,
Okay,
please,
before you
nice
do anything
guys.
else, right now that would be
Okay.
a 9.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that would be a 9. You have the option of either re-rolling the entire roll with the d20 or using Bardic Inspiration on this. It's a d8.
So you would need an 8. So obviously it's a reroll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use an inspiration
Okay.
and a reroll.
Got a bad feeling.
Yo, chat, give us some. No.
All right. Can we add the 8 now? Can we add the D8 now?
You can.
What?
Add the D8.
So it's a 7 both times, chat. It's a 7
dying.
both times. So it would be a 9.
That's a 9. And
It's a 9.
15.
With a d8, you will need a 6 or higher.
It's a
6,
6.
yeah.
I'm forgetting about the additions.
Okay.
We can do this. We just need a 6, 7, or 8. Come on.
3 of 8 chance. Oh.
No.
A 4.
Oof.
Dione. Your mind
Ugh.
goes back to a dark time. You remember that night that you killed that child, that innocent child. The guilt washes over you. You cannot overcome the beast. You turn into your werewolf form, your mind gone, just the thoughts of killing and destruction on your mind. You go to that dark place, and Erwin lunges back. Everyone that was with you lunges back away from you. You're chewing at the chains, but these chains are sturdy and thick. Erwin says, "She loses this fight tonight. Come. We'll leave her in peace." And he walks out the door, opens it, motions for the rest of you to follow.
As they leave, I'm like snarling and snapping and like desperately trying to swipe into them with my claws. And as they walk out the door, I howl longingly because I want their blood.
So the group heads out as you see this horrific sight. The transformation is full. Everybody leaves, I assume, right?
Yeah.
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 Real quick, at the end, though, Rufus, you're the last to go out. What's your reaction to all this?
Disgusts me. She's lit. I begin to doubt whether she is a true member of the party, because we're destined for glory. And this is inglorious indeed. Especially
And
of the foul form. The foul werewolf form.
Do you want to be the one to close the door?
Yeah.
And the scene ends with darkness overtaking as the lantern light and the incense, the candles are blown out. Rufus closes the door with a loud thud. You hear the locking and the snarling beyond it. And that's where we're going to end it for today. Dione,
I'm so sad.
Great roleplay, though.
I am going to give
Phenomenal
Michelle. I am going to give
storytelling.
Michelle inspiration for that, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
All
You
right.
did-
We'll pass next time.
You did so
Yes.
good, Michelle.
You were describing all the pain, and I was thinking, that's a lot of pain to overcome.
And
It seems like it may have been too much pain to overcome.
Right.
I
I thought-
described it too well.
But the dice
Damn.
gods are gonna frown upon this.
apparently, the role play was excellent, Michelle, but
So
this
good.
beast
you.
seems like it's more difficult to tame than you thought. And, there's a lot to be
Yeah.
debrief about here because Erwin was so confident that you were going to do it, and he was wrong. I mean, he has lived a very different life in lycanthropy than you have. So,
Yes.
um,
Yeah, that dude was like, "Don't even tie yourself up. It's fine, man. It's fine."
Don't even worry about it.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Erwin, please.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's kind of a bird, kind of different to a werewolf.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
were-raven. Exactly. So,
Were-raven, yeah.
but you know what? But this is a nice opportunity though to see the darker side of the lycanthropy, because most of the time when you've transformed, it's been off screen, or it's been in the past. Now we got to kind of see the full formations. It really fleshed out, I think, that part of Dione's character. So I'm really happy with the role playing, Michelle. Obviously,
Thank you.
inspiration, 100%. If that may be your consolation prize here. Thank you all for watching. I think everyone enjoyed tonight's episode, especially Michelle's performance. Comment after the video is over. Just let us know what you thought of the episode, and I think we're back with a vengeance now. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally.
So we are weekly now. Yes, we are weekly. So we'll be seeing you all in one more week. Tuesday nights will be our thing. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the video, to the channel if you haven't done so. That way you can get every time we go live with a new video, a little notification when we go live. And we will see you all next week on the tabletop. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.
Mm.